Hi everyone, my name is Ekanem. I am a writer and a cartoonist at PiggyVest. I am the writer of the Grown Ups series. If you don't know what that is, Grown Ups is a webcomic about four friends and how they navigate money and life. So we're unpacking how they handle spending money, earning money, and losing money. I'm not alone. We have fans and creators of the comic here with me, and they'll be introducing themselves and if they're a fan or a comic. So we're going to start with you.
Hi, my name is Sandra, and my day job is content marketing, but what I do after my 9 to 5 is read the comic, and I'm a fan.
Hi, I'm Moffee. I'm a tech creative and I manage the best DJ in Lagos, DJ Nafi. I'm a fan of the web series Grown Ups.
Hi, I'm Obasola. I am an animator, content creator, and illustrator at PiggyVest. I am also the artist and the illustrator for the Grown Ups comics, and I am involved in the coloring, dialogue, and storytelling.
Okay. Only you.
Only me.
Okay, so in case you don't know, this is brought to you by PiggyVest. It is a safe and secure way for you to save and invest your money here in Nigeria. So while we're here, we're going to get into it. Grown-ups. I need your general thoughts on the series. Like, I want to know where everyone is at with the series. And I'm going to start with you, Sandra.
The series felt very relatable to me. I think that's the word that I would use when I think about the series. I could see myself in some of the characters, and I just felt like it was just it's very important for people to see like the way money and managing money looks right in something as lighthearted as a comic. So yeah,
Thank you, Moffee.
Oh, I think it's a very relatable comic and I love the story. It was very well written. I love the illustration. It showed that I'm a critical person, so it showed that really that there was a sync. I think with the way the writer and the illustrator worked, it showed that there was a really good sync. The storyline is very relatable. I've finished school. I've done my NYSC. The money discussions. And then I feel like the power of a story to be able to carry you along is for you to be able to defend someone here or be angry about something here. Like you can actually relate fully with the stories and the characters. I really love it.
Thank you, Israel.
Yeah, this is my favorite project I worked on this year. It was very interesting, and from the POV of a creator, I remember when Daniel, our content lead, and yourself brought up the idea, and it has been very nice to watch the story morph as we go on and touch on some touchy subjects, and that's very interesting to watch.
All right. So when we started working on Grown Ups, we weren't really sure where we're going, but we just had like these characters and we knew where they were coming from, and we had an idea of where we wanted them to go, even though it wasn't like very clear. And from the series, you can see that is so far taking shape. So we're going to go into the pilot. In the pilot, we see that the gang, they've graduated, and we get to see how they relate to their family, to friends, and what we get a bit of a look into what their money life would look like. So did anyone here attend their university graduation? Anyone can relate to that episode?
So my graduation was not as eventful as it was in the book, to be honest, in the comic, to be honest, because I didn't get any gift, first of all, and then it was really just very basic, to be honest. The ceremony just happened and we just wanted to get it over with and just...
Is there any character that you relate to in the book concerning the graduation scene?
I think I would probably say what's her name? Nonye. because of her dad. My dad is very short-tempered. So, like, anything that you say can just, trigger him. So I'm just like, can we just finish this thing in peace and go home? So, yeah.
Yeah. So Israel, how was yours?
Oh, mine. I couldn't relate to any of the characters. I was on my own for the graduation. But, the things I saw in the comic were things that happened around me. So I was very familiar with the whole scenery.
Moffee?
My graduation was 2 years ago I would probably say my graduation was just there. But after losing my brother 2 years ago, now I would say that my graduation was the best gift was having my brother at my graduation. So I don't think I got any like physical gifts, but I did have the gifts of family. My brother was there, my dad was around, my sister was around. I did have family.
All right, that's really beautiful. So, in the comic, I think I want to point out that I made a lot of references to the Nigerian educational environment when I was writing the comic. Like, if we look at it, I didn't attend my graduation. I didn't even know it was my graduation. I found out on the group chats.
Best incident.
And so for me, it was really funny. But when I was in school, I attended my matriculation and other people's graduations, and I saw how, families would show up for people. And so when I was writing the story, I'm like, okay, these people, what's the relationship with their family like? And how would that family turn up for them on this day, the day where they finally start their journey as like grown-ups. So
yeah, and we chose a very pivotal point in any young adult in Nigeria. That's that transition from school to NYSC, because I think there's a point in between where you start to ask yourself, okay, what am I going to do with my life?
Right.
And if you don't ask yourself, the people around you
start
asking.
Yeah. So if you look at the grown-up issues, you realize that most of it is grounded in like their NYSC days. You see the second issue focused on the gang in camp. Does anyone remember what NYSC was like?
Yes.
Yes. So
Memorable weeks.
So if you look at the comic, you'd see that they had the conversation of what would they do with like their first allowance. Do you remember what you did with your first allowee?
Who are we starting with?
Okay. And is there any character that you can relate to on how you spent like your allowance? Moffee, you go first.
In my imagination, I can relate to Marvin ignoring the money because my imagination, I'm very rich.
Right.
But I think my allowance I was basically on my own for my NYC because I decided to do my NYC to serve in Abuja. I can't remember what I spent my first allowance on, but it's have been a lot of maybe transport because I had a job and I was living far. I mean, I did save. Like I saved a lot actually, but I got to spend my money after everything. Like it wasn't. I don't know if it was worth it. But like I saved. So I can relate with Nonye saving. In my mind, I can relate with Marvin ignoring the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Israel?
Again, I considered myself a prudent spender. So when the money was coming, I had all these plans, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to, pay, set money aside for what and what." And when the money came in, and I actually started spending, it wasn't the reality of things. The money went so fast, and then I was left with nothing before I knew it.
What about you, Sandra?
Yeah, so I think I relate to that too much because before the money came, I was very excited about going to plan. My life is going to be different, but it's not. It never plays out that way, and I think I ended up saving maybe 2K.
Oh, you saved?
Yeah,
Nice.
maybe 2K because I was posted to a deserted island and I needed to fend for myself, and it was just so it didn't pan out. So if someone I can relate to, I would say is Jerry a little bit, because I had in mind that I wanted to do a course doing my NYC. So I was going to save for that, and then I was going to just, find a way to send something home or something. I don't know.
Right. If you look at the comic, you'd notice the relationship between Jerry and Nonye. So when they started the camp, when they started NYC, their relationship transitioned from like student lovers to being long distance. I'd like to know everyone's thoughts on like long distance and how you can relate it to the comic. Moffee, I feel like you have something to say.
I feel like they had personal issues, and to be honest, I don't think that they were communicating very well because, like the personal issues, because Jerry ended up having some issues with his mom. He didn't tell his girlfriend. She had some big decisions. She didn't even talk to her boyfriend about it. So they weren't communicating as much anymore. And it's safe to say that maybe they were like, they were growing apart.
As a result of it, yes. Does anyone have something? Sorry.
I would disagree there, because like outside of the relationship, the friend group seems like a cohesive unit. So like the chances of the relationship not transitioning into a long distance, that was not even a question. So it made sense, and I could relate because when I was going to NYSC, I had a girlfriend, and we also transitioned into a long distance.
How did that go?
thing. Let's not talk about it. Breakfast was duly served.
So would you recommend or not?
No, I would still recommend. The circumstances covering those, they were quite different. You see, everyone goes through their own different, challenges and trials. This one, they just had like communication issues. Somebody was keeping things, and it's based on the personalities of the people involved, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on from that and table one of the most exciting characters in this series, Uwem. Let's talk about his money matter. Israel, okay. You sound like you have a lot.
So my problem with Uwem is I understand if you were backed into a corner, and you did things that you felt like you had to do, because there's a contrast between the situation happening with Uwem and that happening with Jerry. They are both being a little bit dishonest because of financial troubles. You see, Jerry's own, he has his mother to take care of, who is very sick, and even if he does something bad, you can relate on that level. But Uwem, there is really no need.
He was chasing the bag.
And look at, he has defrauded his mom. I think all of his friends, and he has lied to every one of them. And I think one that I can't forgive is the fact that his mom might now be in debt because of him. So he's a selfish and a bad person.
Oh wow!
I want to say that Uwem is sick.
He's a bad boy.
Wow. I know it's crucifying him,
mental illness,
but he's sick.
But we realized that from camp he was talking about investing his first alawi in betting, and his friends didn't really take it like seriously and all of that.
Young boy, it's coming up. It's going to be a young boy. Make sure it's a young boy.
Wow. Oh my god,
he likes fast money.
Yes.
Wait, are we really thinking about that fast money as opposed to like he graduated from school and now he's thinking about the best way to get?
No, Uwem has a character. Like
he graduated.
Uwem has
He was good in school. He wasn't bad in school.
He was very consistent. He has been, but we didn't know him in school.
Right.
Do you understand? So, like the character that we see Uwem portray from the beginning till now is just this consistent, selfish, right? This consistent, selfish. Like he's such, and I think I actually will agree with you that he needs help. He definitely needs help because he's getting to a point where he's now addicted and he would do anything.
Yeah.
So gambling is like his drug. He would do anything to get. So he may even, who knows?
It also speaks to the pressure of that. What will I do with my life?
No.
The toll it takes on a person, because it may not have been that desperate before. but then that pressure just brings out the
But I
worst.
don't even think that he needed, like, he wasn't in need.
In need, yes. That's
So
why I said
what
he wasn't backed into the corner.
what is it?
He was backed.
So I mean, as someone who has spoken to like a lot of people who have like gambling issues, if you go on our website, there's an editorial flagship called Money Mistakes, and I used to write the money mistake column, and I spoke to a lot of people about like their gambling problems. And when you speak to these people, it's not a bad thing. They're not thinking of themselves as bad people as much as them taking an opportunity that is available to them, especially if they live in like an environment where they are seeing people put XY money and they're making returns from it. In their head is like, okay, the country is not what it used to be, and I don't really like my job, and I don't see myself making as much money in like a couple of years. What can I do now to just be able to add up? So for Uwem, I know that we're like beating him that he's a bad person, but at the back of his mind is the whole, how do I make money? And before he started hurting all the people he started hurting, remember that he was thinking about it in a way of like, if I can blow, I'm going to pay my mother off. I'm going to pay Marvin off. I'm going to give Nonye the money. He was going to settle all these things, forgetting that, these problems are created because he was trying to make money in like the first place. But ultimately, he's just like many Nigerians who fall into the trap of, I can get rich. Like if I can just gamble enough, if I can just bet, if I can just place the right odds, this is the game that would take me out of poverty. This is the game that would make me,
The fraud boy.
Wow, the hate on Uwem is real. So another person I would like to talk about is Jerry, and the issue of black tax and how it affected, Jerry making most of the decisions that we consider bad decisions. Sandra, what do you think about Jerry?
I think Jerry is just someone that is he's concerned about how people see him, right? He's very big on image. Yeah, he's very big on image, but he's also somewhat of a hypocrite because, at the point where he was attacking Nonye, and he's like, you're doing the same thing, so why you? So he's on this righteous, he sits on this righteous throne of
When I do it, it's
yeah, kind of, especially in his relationship, and then how he now barges in to come and attack what's his name, Uwem. Like he has this thing, and it's almost entering into toxic masculinity, honestly, because when I was reading, I was like, this guy, no, this is
But think about it in terms of how he handles black tax, because we see that he's someone who cares about his family enough so to take a loan.
As a guy.
I did die.
Yes, as a guy.
tell us.
I understand the sense of responsibility and why he feels the need to, shoulder the whole thing. But he now let his ego and pride get in the way. Because if not, it's something you can talk to the people close to you about, something you can talk to your loved ones about, instead of, suffocating yourself and hiding away from it. Because that brought out the worst in Jerry. The way he reacted to his girlfriend, again, was hypocritical, because it knows that, you know the right thing to do, but you feel like it doesn't apply to you. So again, yes, toxic, very toxic trait.
You heard that, fellas. Ask for help. Reach out, ask for help. You're not going to die. Like, look at your homies and ask for help. Okay, so on to the next thing. We look at the relationship each of the characters have with money. We look at Marvin and where he's coming from. He has he's coming from a place of abundance. Even at his PPA, they're paying him like 300 grand in comparison to the others that are earning like 100, 10K and the like. So and then we look at Nonye, because now I want us to compare characters and like what parts of these characters can we relate to if we know people that are like this. We have Nonye, who is like an oversaver. Like she was willing to save all of her first alawi. She was like, I'm putting it in my safe lock, and that is the end of it. I'm going to survive on something else. So I would like us to like look at the relationship the characters have with like money and how we can relate to that. So we will start with Uwem and No. We'll start with Marvin. I
No,
beg
I
your
think it
pardon.
don't still count. It's a relationship with money that should be explored.
Okay, so let's.
I can relate to. I considered gambling when I was in school / when I was in finishing school. Yeah, I
Were
considered
you going
gambling.
through something?
No, not really. It's just maybe there was a little bit of oppression involved.
Oh, yeah,
And,
yeah.
many people felt like it seemed like they were making money. But I quickly realized that because many of the people I knew who were gambling would eventually still come back to me to borrow money, or they want to eat or something. So it quickly became very obvious to me that it wasn't a step up. It was just like a jump, and then you come back to where you are coming from. So that quickly passed, and I can relate to Uwem on that.
Okay. So, is there any character that you can relate to in terms of how they manage or deal with money?
I relate with Nonye because my dad never told me that I need to marry anybody to get out of his roof. But like my dad had, like growing up under my dad made me realize that I need to look out for myself very fast. So Nonye is living at home. She can still eat at home. She can still ask for small money. But I 100% understand with a babe that is going to save all her allowance because her father is telling her that she needs to get married as an achievement. She needs to save. She needs to start that business. She needs to actually have something that she's doing. Because the day she's going to tell her man, to her father to, excuse me, sir, stop it. She needs to have money to be able to go the other way.
Right.
So I 100% relate with Nonye.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I relate with Nonye as well because it's just something that it's just her resolve to save for something. I don't know that I had very elaborate plans. I just had maybe immediate plans, maybe to do a course or to I don't know, just something short term. But I think she had very elaborate plans, like a business. She wanted to invest it in a business. But yeah, I think for me, Nonye definitely. And I think it was actually after school that I started having more conversations about money, and I was asking my friends, and it was actually one of my friends that had started a business just right after school that told me that, oh, you should save your money on PiggyVest and you can lock your money. That was the first time I ever heard of PiggyVest, and then I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I started, and
So, just by the way, you can save on PiggyVest if you are someone who likes to put away for the rainy day. PiggyVest is a safe and secure platform that you can do it on. We have so many cool features. The safe lock feature, you will not get that money until you're ready, until the agreement that you will get it. So, it's perfect for someone like Nonye who knows that, okay, in the future, I want to invest, I want to do something. I want to start a business. And she's like, okay, for this period of time, I'm going to be putting aside money and I'm going to be taking like the little bit of interest that comes with it. So as the writer, I can relate to all the characters because I had to think like them, like what would this person... I can relate to Marvin too because he had money. Imagine you have money and now you're looking for how to make your money work for you. And you have a friend come up to you like, I have a business that would make us millionaires. Like, believe in me, invest in me. And because of the trust and the friendship and this is your guy and you kind of see the vision, you're pouring your resources into it, hoping that it could be big. Okay, so I think I want to talk about the relationship the characters have with their parents. And the first relationship I want to table is the beautiful, wholesome relationship between Nonye and her mother. I want to put it out there that issue 7 is my favorite issue, where the mother was just able to speak to her like, I see you. For a child, for your parents to look at you and resonate with the situation enough to have a story, and they're like, I get it, you're not stupid. Because I read it again and Nonye was just like, what if I'm stupid? The mother's like, yeah, no, you're my child, you're not stupid. I'm like, but what if I am? Like, what if I am because I've made this mistake, I have plans and I've made this mistake. So for a parent to do that, I enjoyed that. I don't know about you guys.
Loved it. And one of the reasons I loved it is because I had a similar moment with my mom.
Oh.
And because she was always very particular about the friends I keep, be careful with the friends you keep and everything. And eventually one day she sat me down, she gave me a backstory, just like in the comic. Yeah, she told me what happened to her. And, hearing the story gave me so much more insight. So that was one relationship I really really enjoyed. And I think boy or girl, I feel like the relationship you have with your mother, it resonates more. And at certain points, certain poignant points like that, where you just can't get anywhere else.
I think one thing I can say I saw from Marvin's story and how he relates to, the parent and child relationship is from the beginning. Even when they got him a car, he's like, yeah, they dropped the car and they are not here. The things that mattered to him, he wasn't getting it from his parents and his dad, at least from what we saw. And that was like a direct opposite for Nonye. And Nonye's experience is actually is closer to my experience because my mom was, because she's late, hands-on with parenting. I don't know. She had the textbook in her head. She knew everything. And whenever I remember all the things she did, I'm like, how did this woman know?
Sometimes you don't know.
Like how it's
like,
mind-boggling because I'm like, how did she know I need this thing today? Because how am I remembering this thing today? How am I feeling down? And this memory is helping me today. So I feel like Marvin's dad was just all about duty. I think that was just his own. He's like, he has duty to family and then he has duty to his constituents. So he's like, I need to be straightforward. I need to be, and I mean, that's mostly fathers.
Yeah, and his father's take on it is not some, out of pocket.
Yeah.
My dad did the same thing. When I was going to school, he came to my school when I was in SS3, came to my school, looked at the courses I was doing, the subjects I was doing, told me this is what you are going to study when you get into the university. And I said, okay. And then I wrote the JAM. I got a different course. I was like, I'm cool with it. He was like, no, I'm not cool with it. We're writing JAM again, yes, to study that course. Until I got the course. And I've not used my certificate. So, you see, they have that sense of...
That's horrible. My dad tried to do that to me. I told him, okay, I went to the business center because of the business center, and I put what I wanted. And he found out and he refused to pay my school fees.
But yeah, okay. they mean well, though.
No, it doesn't mean well.
No, it's from their experience.
Yes.
It's from their experience.
Yeah, excuse me.
No, they're
That's why I get what Uwem...
And by the way, I don't believe that Marvin is arrogant. He's rich, man. He's not arrogant. There's no air of arrogance. In fact, he's pitiable. More than
so
arrogant,
that was
because
my
he's not even assuming his wealth. He's not even assuming the air of a rich child wealth.
That was my initial. I think
arrogant.
I think I saw it in the sense of him saying, they dropped the car. As like, I think it was
Uwem. The car now?
Yes, but like, they dropped car.
Let's just go. They didn't even buy message. Come on. He's not even proud.
No. It just felt, it gave me arrogance. Then when I saw the relationship with the dad, I was like, oh, okay, this is coming from somewhere. And he's actually a cool guy.
Even the dad,
Moffee,
because you can tell that the dad is
a cool person. Yeah, he's not.
His problem is not with the son.
Yeah.
It's with the gaming. He doesn't believe in it. See,
he's just a very direct guy.
He supported Jerry because he believes that was.
He's practical.
Marvin needs to wake up. His dad's there for him.
Yes.
His dad's actually there for him.
But it's not Marvin that needs to wake up. His dad needs to.
Marvin.
No.
Daddy is what he is.
His dad doesn't have time.
He's not trying to connect. He's still being like, he still has low self-confidence. When he make him get out because I'm angry. Make him get past that thing because he has not even started using his daddy's money. Come on. He's not arrogant at all.
His dad, I don't know that his dad will have time to start piecing his feelings.
Oh, but his dad does. His dad will. He has not tried. I don't think both of them have tried. But
the vibe is giving.
They do come to that.
The vibe is giving is like his dad doesn't have time.
Of course, he doesn't have time because if he gets older now, when he's serious about eating better things that morning, develop his brain more than cereal. When he's actually serious with his life, and they give him a very good job, he'll get busy too.
I want to hear what.
And he'll get busy and start making money. When you are a very rich person, you are busy. And his dad even has time for TikTok to be sending his daughter memes.
So another relationship I want to explore here is a very, very important relationship. Is the sibling relationship. Does anyone here have siblings? Yeah. Okay. So
I have a sister.
You don't have
I have brothers.
What about you?
I have a brother and a sister.
Well, I used to have two brothers. And I have two sisters now.
Okay, I have a brother and I have a sister. So if you look at the relationship between Marvin and Marceline, what kind of energy are you getting from it? Is there, can you relate to that relationship? You know, where Marceline is like trying to look out for her brother, but she's going about it the wrong way, and he's trying to fight for his independence, and she's just not seeing it. How would you have handled it? So I just want to hear.
I can relate to your sibling doing too much with little or no information at all. I can relate to that. And I think that was what Marceline did. It was coming from a good place, of course, but yeah, she did too much at that.
What was too much?
You know, like goading him into talking about the gaming thing when he obviously wasn't ready to talk about it. And him being pushed, we've already seen that he's not the more, he seemed like a very timid person in the presence of his dad. So he barely constructed a complete, reasonable sentence in his defense. And that didn't help his case with his dad. I feel like if she had let him talk to his dad on his own time when he felt like he was ready to pitch it, when he had prepared, it would have been better.
I would like to know everyone's thoughts on the finale. It's out on the website. What are your thoughts on how the episode ended or how the issue ended? What were your expectations, and how did the expectation marry those the outcome? Yeah, I'll just start with you, Sandra.
Yeah, so I thought when, they finally went to buy the stuff and then went to Uwem's house, that they will meet mom and it's going to be this whole big reveal of, oh, Uwem is just this person, oh, Uwem did this, Uwem did that. I didn't expect him to, get that information and then run back home. And yeah, I kind of didn't expect it to play out that way at all. But I think it was like a slow burn for me, because I was just like, oh yeah now. Like I was literally at the edge of my seat, like, oh yeah, say it now. Like, ooh, let someone open someone's.
Like, you guys had us. You had us in Egusi. I mean, what? On the yam, comparing texture. Come on, is he going to?
For the record, I was in the writer's room, like directly involved in the storytelling.
Also, we should blame you too.
No, and I even made an impact. And when I was drawing it, I was still having the same emotions you were having. And when I finished it,
Oh my God,
I didn't know who to be mad at, because
that must be so exciting. That must have been so exciting for you. What was it like?
Oh, it was very, very exciting.
Oh my God.
Drawing it. Sometimes, when they send in the scripts, I've told Eris this before, when they send in the scripts, I read like the beginning, like to get like the background and the setting, but I don't read the full story. So I only know it as I'm drawing.
Yes, that's so. So you're actually going through the story like me. I love that you experienced what I experienced.
She suffers it, because as I'm drawing it, I'm DMing her, and I'm
like-
telling her a voice message.
Like,
Oh my God.
like I said, we've discussed this. This is what's happening. So, guys, when I was writing the final episode, I'm just going to come clean and say that the team actually had a different idea on how it was going to end. But they're like, oh, ultimately, it's your decision. And everyone wanted resolution. Truly, everyone was like, oh, we've done this, we've built, and now we want resolution. But I am a creature of chaos. And
I commend you.
yes, and it's like, why
You
should
did
we
it so
end
well.
it
I love
there?
chaos. I love you. Oh my goodness.
Because I honestly feel like the audience, the readers deserve to go on that emotional journey of
I believe you.
of just Uwem's redemption. And I just don't want them to just,
Why do you want to redeem that guy? We have a villain on our hands. Allow him exist.
because they're
Why?
I feel like it's a problem. It's a sickness. He has a
Problem day. Don't be today.
But I don't think
Allow
Uwem is
him.
the villain.
I don't think he's the villain.
So who do you think
is
is going to become the? There must come on.
So here's the thing. I think maybe I might have. I don't know if I was wrong for making Uwem the seemingly bad guy, but it's because you guys don't think there's a reason
Finish it.
why.
Because there has to be a villain. Who is going to be the villain?
Why life, Nigeria, the situation, the lack of money.
Money.
How does life, the situation, Nigeria, the lack of money influence and Uwem?
It's
By
influencing.
making him a villain. Is it not affecting other people?
Well, you see their bad side.
Maybe Nonye has eaten. Okay, Marvin will probably give Nonye back his money because but life is hitting everybody. Why must he come out alive?
I think this conversation has actually given me a different perspective.
Okay.
When it comes to Uwem, because yes, problems lead you to to step out of your normal way and borrow money like Jerry and do all of that, but I think at the end of the day, Uwem just wanted to be a
Uwem is
baller.
bad at heart.
Like he just wanted to be a young person that left school and did something good.
Uwem wanted to be a person that did something.
Wait now, that earned money, did something good enough to earn money. Yeah. He didn't feel. See, if people see that what they are doing is bad, like at least, like except you're like a devil or something, like you don't necessarily do. And I don't think that he's a bad person. He just makes bad decisions, and he's not seeing it because at the end of the day, he's not telling anybody anything. And nobody's correcting him.
I love that you're looking for the salvation of man, aka Uwem. But it must not happen.
Is that there's this pattern of doubling down that we've shown in Uwem, and it will just lead you to believe that this situation may actually bring out the worst.
He's good at crying. How do you even know that when he cries in the next issue is going to be real? Come on. He's going to go to that Baba Ijebu and borrow.
He can sell anything. He can sell anything. So
Finish him.
he can sell to everybody
that he has changed.
That he has.
Yes.
Okay, so I feel like this is leading me to ask about the expectations you guys have like from season 2, because it's looking like you want him.
Finish Uwem first.
Okay.
Or start finishing him from.
Okay.
Okay.
Let him sell his mother.
Bro. Bro.
Just go off the deep end straight.
Quest for money. I think
Actually, let him scam Marvin's dad next.
no. I think something that I'm looking for, or a couple of things that I'm looking forward to, is first I want to see Uwem's redemption. Honestly, I think I want to see his redemption because I feel like he's redeemable. He's just in his early stages of addiction, and he can make it.
Let him do something very bad.
Oh my God.
I need you to allow complex. I need you to allow the bad part of his character to unfold. Let's get to a crescendo. Maybe his mother will now die.
No,
then his mother will now be visiting his dream, and that's how he changed.
That's okay.
What is going on?
I'm just saying, it's not as if he will die.
No. Okay, Moffee. I feel like there's an extreme like you're feeling very.
Okay, let's say the mother doesn't die.
Jesus Christ.
Why is we're sorry?
But I'm serious though, like maybe I'm just saying let something very significant happen in his life, boom, to now wake him up. Really wake him up.
So I feel like with people like this, from the people that I've spoken to about gambling, there's usually like an incident, there is an event that happens, but at the point where they get to that event and they realize that they survived it, like, okay, fine, now this person wants their money and I don't have it to pay, now what?
Yeah.
Now they jump from the bridge.
No, that's the thing. It's like, okay, I have it. God, Jesus Christ, you need it. Do you want to get like therapy? Like we can.
Wow, can I say something?
What's going on, girl?
Well, one of the things I'm looking forward to in the second season is I'm really actually worried about Jerry and Nonye's relationship. Because, yes, there's some kind of, I don't know the kind of person Nonye is when it comes to, breaking trust, first of all. So a reaction to it and how Jerry handled it makes me feel like, it's not good at the whole conflict resolution thing. And I'm worried about their relationship because I love them as a couple.
But why? They've not even done couple stuff.
No, I just love them as a couple.
Make them
I don't
do
know.
more
Being
couple
involved
stuff,
in the writing makes it feel like it's been such a long period. I don't know if readers see it different.
Yeah, guys, it's been like a year of our lives, man. I know it's like 10 weeks, 10, 12 weeks for you guys, but this has been like a while for the content team at PiggyVest. Like back to back to back to back. So
another thing I also want to see is Marvin eventually like mouthing his plans to his dad in a way that sounds marketable.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to their relationship there.
I'm also invested in Jerry's story, really. I want to see him get to a point where, like, he's already speaking with
Nonye.
Marvin's dad. Like I want
Make something
him
of
to
himself.
to get to a point where he's making something for
I
himself.
feel like it would help with his ego.
It won't. It definitely won't.
Yeah.
That thing is inside of him.
That
Deep
won't
within
help.
him. He's not.
Oh, you're right.
He's not going to change. So what's going to change him is for him to actually get to the root of why he feels that way.
All right. I hope you have a better sense of what grown-ups is from listening to us talk about it. But if you want to form your own opinions about the series, if you want to read about it, it's available on the PiggyVest website. All you need to do is just check grown-ups at PiggyVest, or you could go to our website and check the resource option. You'd see comics and you can read like grown-ups. Please, when you get there, we want you to read, we want you to comment. We read your comments and we really appreciate it. And we also want you to share with your friends. Now, here's the fun part. You stand the chance to win merch. You know, we're currently wearing like merch. If you can't tell, this is Nonye. She's like Cash Madam. This is the era I'm walking into. So this is like my favorite design. And you get a chance to win merch for following up with grown-ups. All you need to do is just share your favorite episode on Twitter and tag us, just letting us know why do you like this episode, why does it stand out for you, telling us about your favorite character. Talk about it, tag us at PiggyVest, PiggyBank NG, and you stand a chance to win.
The printed limited edition book is coming compiled full with this thing from issue 1 to 10.
Okay.
And it's just gorgeous to look at.
So you can win the merch or the printed copy of the comic by simply sharing your favorite episode on Twitter and telling us why you love that episode. Please do not forget to tag PiggyBank. We're reading everything, we can see everything, and we'll be selecting lucky winners. So stand a chance to win. Read, comment, share, and tell us why you like it. And it goes without saying that if you're not already using PiggyVest, fix it. Okay, that's where you want your money to be. It's safe, it's secure. There's a feature for everybody. You really want to get there. You want to save your money with us. And we have like a good track record of, of just being a great company. So put your money here, read our comics. Even if you're not investing or if you're not saving with us, you should. Yeah, read the comic, share with your friends. And yeah, let's push for financial literacy in some way. So thank you so much for doing this with us. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you have like a better understanding of the Grown Up series. Please don't forget to read it, share it, tell us what you like about it to stand a chance to win merch and a limited edition of the comics. Join us some other time if this ever happens again. And
Stick with us some other time.
Oh yeah, we will see you in season 2. Please watch out. Look out for season 2. It's going to be a madness, guys. We are cooking. We're ready. We're like, no pressure.
Let's talk with PiggyVest.
All right, thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.